Rapid Cargo sponsors the Kubi Springer Show. Welcome back to the Kubi Springer Show, sponsored by Rapid Cargo. Our guest in the studio is sports agent and promoter Ambrose Mendy. Now, talking of people picking up the baton, there are lots of aspiring sports executives that have been texting, tweeting and Facebooking us, wanting to ask you questions. So we've got some of those. Do you mind helping me answer those?
Go ahead.
All right, excellent. So let's go to David in Brand Central.
Hey Kubi, we've had a fantastic response today. I'd like to thank you for all your questions. Please continue sending them in. We'll try and answer as many as possible. We'll start off with Olu, who says, I've always fancied myself as a promoter, but never thought of sports. You've inspired me. Which kind of clients should I approach as I'm just starting out?
Great question. That's nice that you've inspired Olu.
Fantastic. Right, first of all, nothing easy about this.
Okay.
Promoter, risk. Promoter, broker. You know, your left hand's got to know what your right hand's doing automatically. 24/7, 365, the calendar. You are the person that sits with a risk. There is an offer and acceptance, which is the nucleus of an agreement, and of course that itself is the nucleus of a contract. You sit for risk. So the first question you must ask is, have you properly researched your product area? Do you know your market? You know, is there a specific demographic you're going to address? Is it youth orientated? You know, which is very, very fickle and easily adoptive. You have to know these things. And secondly, you've got to know what plan B is. My advice, surround yourself with excellence. Get amongst people who know what they're talking about.
Absolutely.
Get amongst deliverers. There is nothing worse than people who fake it.
And there's a lot of that.
Absolutely.
That's a brilliant... You have to surround yourself with excellence.
Yep.
No mediocrity.
Mastermind circle.
Love that. David, do you have another question for us?
Yes, I've got Trevor. He says, I have 3 years experience in football promotion in the domestic leagues, but would like to move into the pan-European market. Any tips, and how much commission should I be charging clients?
Oh, they should be asking you this.
Because it's money. Let me ask the second question first.
Yep.
Whatever you can get. But remember, you're looking for continuity.
Absolutely.
To develop longevity. The fast buck, luck. Luck is the worst friend you can ever have on a journey. Because, you know, it's intangible.
Absolutely.
You can't replicate luck. Luck is, you know, it's circumstance.
It has no staying power.
None whatsoever. And, you know, it's a funny thing, but if you were to walk along the street and find 10,000 euros, you know, in 500 euro notes, that's why they're nice and thin. If you were, I promise you, one day in your life you'll go back past that same place thinking lightning will strike twice. And this is what people do. It makes you lazy and cumbersome. It's wearisome. So within this, my suggestion would be quite simple. In anything you set out to do, you must know what your path is. You must know. And you must believe that you can be number one in that field.
And keep going at it.
If when we say keep going at it, you can replicate something. You know, I believe in systems. Systems work. You've got to get a system.
I like that. It's some brilliant advice. Well, those of you who are at home, if you have more questions for us, keep texting, tweeting and Facebooking us. I promise you, if we haven't answered them today, we will answer them for you either via the website or sending them directly to Ambrose himself. Now, Ambrose, this is the part of the show where I ask each one of my guests, you talked about as much money as you can possibly get. If somebody was going to say to you, I'm going to give you a wad of money, 1.4, 1.5 million, to help to elevate your brand, what would you say to them as kind of your 30-second elevator pitch to get that money?
The first thing I'd say is I probably don't need it. I would say if my business was geared properly, I wouldn't be going out to try to find a business angel. Secondly, I would ask them, you know, share my passion, look in my business plan, you know, buy into it. I don't want the philanthropy here. What I want is somebody who shares my passion, shares my obsession, my dream. I'm going places. And I think anybody would want to get involved in that.
Absolutely. I want to give you £1 million because I feel that passion. That's very good. You guys at home, if you think you have a business that we should be getting involved in, if you have that level of drive that Ambrose just demonstrated to me, if you believe that you have something that should be out there and you've got a 30-second elevator pitch that we need to hear about, if you want to promote your brand, your business, your product, yourself, this is the place to do it. But first of all, let's find out what people have been saying when we've been going out and about with their elevator pitches. I promise you it's interesting. Let's take a look.
The reason why you want to contact someone like me, because I'll be your perfect stylist. I find you that banging outfit for your Saturday night. I'll get all the relevant artists wearing your brand or the brand you want me to get them in. They'll be seen everywhere, MTV based, they'll be worldwide, States, New York, Hollywood. Everyone will be asking, oh my God, who dressed you? It'd be me.
The reason you'd contact me to do your event, your party, your casting or whatever is because basically I know everyone and everyone knows me. I've spent a long time spending a lot of effort getting to know people, finding out who the right ones are, who's trustworthy, who's reliable, and then making sure that I can trust them to go where I tell them. If you want an event, I can get you the best club. If you want a celebrity to turn up, I can do that as well.
I am a fashion designer, or wannabe fashion designer. I study at LCF, London College of Fashion. I could do anything, I could draw, I can design, I'm like new, I've got new ideas. I also make bags, I hand sew, I hand stitch. I've done a lot of bags, I've sold a lot before. I've also like got a line out, and that's it really, that's all I do.
Well, you want to hire me because I am amazing, and well, that's pretty much the easiest way to put it.
Great. Are you sold by any of those? Kinda, maybe, a little bit. Okay, well, if you think you can do better, if you have that brand, that product, as I said earlier, then simply make sure you send your videos to us. 30 seconds only. We don't need a whole dissertation, people. 30-second elevator pitch, and you could win £100 courtesy of Rapid Cargo. All you need to do to get involved is email your videos to the following address: info@kubispringer.com, and maybe, just maybe, you might be winning £100 this month. Of course, to assist you, I've got my brand tips all available on the website. That's all the W's, kubispringer.com. So go get pitching. Now, no matter how busy life gets, every now and then you need some time out. You need to be pampered, people. So if you fancy a real treat, then let's check out the competition of the week. This month, look your best with £100 worth of beauty and fashion products courtesy of cabernet.com. Just answer the simple question: what would you put on your lips to add glimmer and shine? Answer A, lip gloss. Answer B, lip floss. Answer C, lip moss. To answer this question, text your answers to 84010 by texting the word OTV Kubi space answer A, B or C, or log on to the website competitions page on the cabernet.com website. Text costs £1.50 per minute plus standard network charges. Entrants must be 18 or over. For further terms and conditions, visit otv.co.uk/competitions. This competition closes on Sunday the 27th of February 2011. Entrants made after the closing date will not be entered into the competition but may be charged. Okay, so Ambrose, I have a section of the show and I'm interested with you to find your answers because I think you're just a legend, my darling. This is where I ask 3 questions and I get a little bit personal, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Okay, I can go for it?
Whatever you're going to do.
All right, brilliant. First of all, what's the biggest deal that you've ever struck?
Wow. Biggest in financial terms, the sale of a football club.
Where you are now, who or what inspires you?
I'm inspired by people like Nelson Mandela. Kwame Nkrumah was a great light in my life. Amilcar Cabral, the founding father of the revolution that out to Portuguese colonialists. from the African continent, meaning Sao Tome, Principe, Angola, Mozambique, Cape Verde, and the country that I originate from, Guinea-Bissau. These are great, iconic people. We cannot relate to them today because we don't know what the struggle for freedom was about. It's like Robert Mugabe. Everybody pillories this man. But if he had died 30 years ago, he had been up way beyond Nelson Mandela. You have to understand where people come from to appreciate where you are. And fortunately, as we sit here today and the generation are listening to what we're talking about today, your path is easier today because we left a trail. You know, because we left a trail. And it's important, you've got to do exactly the same thing. You must know you're giving a little bit more than you're taking, and there's something left in the bank, because you can't take out what you don't put in.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for the pearls of wisdom. Thank you for your career. Thank you for the choices that you've made, the people that you've represented. We have seen legends on the screen because of what you've done. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Well, that's it for today's show. However, I have a treat for you guys. I'm going to be doing a little bit more up close and personal questions with Ambrose because he is such a legend. So make sure you go onto the OTV website to get this and much, much, much more. You've been watching the Kubi Springer Show, courtesy of Rapid Cargo, the place where we inspire you to build your brand, shape your destiny, own it. See you next time. Rapid Cargo sponsors the Kubi Springer Show.